Well, good evening guys. Today is Friday the 24th of November. Down here again after work. The sun's going down, as I'm sure you can see by the lengthening shadows. I've just come down with all the gear, put a bit of ground bait in, not too much because the weather's been a bit cold today, and stupidly forgot my salopettes, so I left the gear down here, just nipped home, grabbed them, got back down here. So it's about 3:30 now, something like that. So what I'm going to do, set the gear up, and I'll come back to you and we'll have a chat about what's been happening and what I'm going to do tonight. So guys, what's been happening? Well, struggled last Sunday, as you'll have seen in the previous video. Conditions were not great at all, and it would appear that we're in for the same sort of conditions this weekend. But reeling it back to last week, what I decided to do on Monday was I checked out the forecast, and it was really mild this week. Well, that's what they'd forecast. So I thought I'd keep the bait going in here with a view to fishing next weekend, i.e. this weekend. And I thought perhaps I'd pop into one of the pegs below the weir, catch a barbel. Anyway, I had an absolutely manic week. I haven't had a chance to do anything in the week this week apart from sneak down here for 10 minutes and just chuck some bait in. So I've done that a few times. Not too much though, but just kept it trickling in. I was still thinking perhaps I'd drop below the weir tonight and see if we could sneak a barbel out. However, I spoke to my friend Harry again. Hi Harry, who went fishing yesterday with his fishing chum, and 4 rods out all day yesterday after a lovely mild spell. The water temperature had risen to over 11 degrees and they only managed to get 1 barbel out between them. So that kind of changed my mind, to be honest, this morning. When I read that, I just thought, to be honest with you, he always does much better than me, barbel wise. So the chances of me catching are very slim. There was also quite a cold night last night, for the first cold night for a while. So I thought, what am I going to do? Check the forecast as well for this weekend, and it's going to be really frosty tonight. It's going to get down to like 0 or -1 they forecast tonight. Tomorrow night, not quite that cold, but very cold again. So what I plan on doing is I've come tonight into the pre-baited swim, as you can see. I think this is going to be a bit of a last hurrah with the carp rods for the year. Carp, in inverted commas, fishing. Realistically, I'm bream fishing for big bream. May catch a barbel here, very slim chance. May catch a carp, better chance, but still fairly slim. The water's just about 10 degrees now. It's been rising all week. It's down a little bit obviously from what it was yesterday, about 1 degree. So we got a slim chance, but you know, we should probably be able to get some bream going, I should think, with 10 degrees. And my plan is then tomorrow, when I've got a bit of time on Saturday, I'm going to break 2 of these carp rods down. I'm going to set them up for pike and zander fishing, and perhaps bring them down Sunday morning to do a little bit of predator fishing. Perhaps talk to Anastasia tomorrow as well. We might sneak down the lock for an hour with the float rod to perhaps catch some roach or rudd for some bait or some bleak or something. I've got some lamprey as well in the freezer. Anyway, that's for Sunday. That's the plan anyway. So I'm going to stick it out tonight, even though it's going to get very cold very quickly. As you see, I've got my hat on. My thermometer's already down to 3.5 degrees down there. Air temperature, that is. So it's going to be chilly. There ain't a cloud in the sky at all. Sun's now gone down. So really, we'll suck it and see. There's no fish moving at the moment. Just had a pull on one of the rods though, down there. But what I'm doing at the moment is, I'm just checking the time actually, 5 to 4. What I'm doing at the moment, I've got 2 rods out, one on Escort boilie with paste wrap, The other one is actually bait recommended to me by Harry, is cheesy garlic Sonia baits bait. I've got an oozing pellet on the one. I'm going to put, or I have got, a maggot feeder on the other one, which I'm going to do a bit just till it gets dark with the maggot feeder, see what happens. I've hedged my bets a little bit. I've got the other carp rod with me. I've also got the other light ledger rod with me, so I can fish either 3 of carp rods if the bream are having it on big baits. If they're not, I can get the other light rod out and put some smaller baits on. But I haven't even had a chance to get any worms out of the compost heap. I've got to bring in some bread and I've got literally about, well, if there's a quarter of a pint of maggots in there, I'll be amazed. This is whatever was left from Sunday. I've been able to do nothing this week. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling, cast these rods a few times, get a bit of bait out there. I've just got mixed up some ground bait, just some stuff I got from the fishing tackle shop, sort of halibut pellety ground bait. I'm not going to put too much in. I'll put nothing in it at all. All I'm going to do is, when I fill the feeders, is put a few samples of whatever hook bait's on that rod. So I'm basically just using it as a carrier, really. That's all. Anyway, I'm going to do a little bit of casting now, and hopefully we'll have a fish or two to show you. Right guys, just to put you in the picture, it's now 4:30. It's absolutely perishing, as my nan would say. My thermometer's telling me it's 0.4 of a degree. It's taking long to get really cold. As you can see, it's just the last remaining of remnants of daylight over there. The maggot rod I've taken in. I had a few bites, a few bits and pieces. A few plucks and stuff, but I didn't catch any fish. I think it's little fish. The maggots are coming back sucked. I'm sure it's little roach and stuff. However, we just had a beep then. As I did on Sunday, I just got my sounder box on nice and quietly. It's down by the rod stand there. as hopefully you heard then, you may not have, just had a bite. They've been plucking away, pulling away at the baits. There's definitely fish there, and the river's come to life. They're topping, rolling, splashing. I mean, there's pike smashing into the bleak over here. And the water temperature's still about 9.7, so I think we should catch some bream at least, if nothing else. Hopefully it'd be nice to catch another big bream. I do like catching big bream. I know they're not fashionable at all, but you know, anything over £5, and you know, love catching them. So anyway, things are looking good, although we haven't caught any fish yet. So I've got again, huge splash over there. So I'm confident. I'm freezing cold. I'm going to put my salopettes on. I've got my thing out to keep my nose warm because my nose is absolutely freezing. But yeah, it's looking good. Although we haven't had anything concrete yet. But fingers crossed, we'll have something out. Well guys, I don't know how on earth I missed that. That was on the cheesy garlic paste wrapped pellet. Seems like a good bait. They've been plucking away at that. As you can see by my breath. We're down into the minus figures now on my thermometer. It's minus half a degree and it's just 5 o'clock. We've got something on, guys. Doesn't feel too big. Not quite sure what it is. Well guys, I thought it was a bit of a funny fight for a bream. It's not a bream. This is on krill. I got quite a small hook on here, maybe a 10. It's small for me, that is. Size 10, 10 mil krill boilie on, and this wriggly fella took a liking to it. There we go, little chubbly. Beautiful condition. I'm sure it's a lot of these guys have been splashing out on the top over here, but he certainly liked the old krill boilie. Fab. Right, let's get him back. Let's have a few more. we've got a cross line here, guys. We've got something on. Not sure exactly what. Well guys, according to my thermometer, it's now minus 2.5 degrees. It's absolutely freezing. Bit of a knit one pearl one there. This cheeky chappie managed to pick up the other line and the other rod, which is why bobbin was dancing around. Managed to get him in the net all right, but nice surprise. As I said, we thought we were bream fishing. How's about that fella? I don't know, maybe 2.5, 3 pound, I don't know, something like that, but very, very welcome. And got Harry to thank for this one. This was on the Sonia Bates cheesy garlic paste wrapped oozing pellet. Easy for me to say with frozen lips, but that's fab. It's all gone really quiet for about 20 minutes, half an hour, and I thought, it's not so good. And this beauty turned up. Fantastic. Right, I'm going to go and sort this mess out I've got down there and get him back in the water. Maybe the bream will turn up. Well guys, I'm just using a little head torch here. So after that bit of light on the water, I just want to let things settle down a bit. It's about 6:10 now. Surprised no bream have turned up, but don't mind catching chevins at all. That's fantastic. I love a chub. They're loving these those garlic Sonia Bates cheesy garlic pellets, oozing pellets should I say. But we all know chub love cheese, don't they? And of course, you know, with the cold weather, be catching more and more chub hopefully. The water temperature is holding pretty well actually. It's just 9.7, 9.8. I'd say the air temperature's down to about minus 2.5 now. You know, it's not exactly accurate way of measuring it. You know, my thermometer is just over there chucked in the grass, so you know, it's perhaps not the technical temperature, the real temperature the way the Met Office would calculate it, but you know, the grass has gone crunchy, so it's not far off anyway. I'd say it's just gone 6 now, but it's 6:10. So I'm going to stick it out, I think, till 7 as we're getting some action. So hopefully we can catch something else in the next sort of 45 minutes or so. Oh, well guys, as you can see, it's very cold. Just got my thermometer out, packed it away. The air temperature is -3. Nothing's happened since we had that chub, apart from a couple of bleeps on the cheesy garlic again. I'm sure it was just a little chub or something picking it up. Probably worth mentioning actually, I'll keep mentioning these baits names and various bits and pieces of tackle manufacturers. I just want to reiterate, I've said it before, but I'm not sponsored. Just a normal everyday angler like you guys. I just use the tackle and the bait that I think suits my fishing and that people recommend to me. I give it a go. So I'm not sponsored by Sonia Bates or anyone else I've been mentioning. I just go out and buy my bait just like you do. I just wanted to let everyone know that. I have said it before, but just to reiterate if you haven't seen any of my previous videos. So that's it. It's about 6:45 now. I've had enough, to be honest. I'm freezing. Everything is absolutely frozen. I had to crack my landing net to get it back in the bag. So it's the coldest conditions I've fished in for quite a long time. But we've had a couple of chub. That's fantastic. You know, we've caught something. I think maybe what's knocked the sport on the head is that the water temperature's now started to drop. It's just above 9 degrees now, so I'm sure that's what put the fish off. I'm surprised no bream turned up, but you know, that's the way it goes. A couple of chub, I'd settle for that, no problem at all. Anyway, as I said earlier, that's really it for the carp rods. What I'm going to do is break them down now, or should I say tomorrow, and I'll set them up as pike, and you know, hopefully some Zander as well rods. Do a bit of dead baiting with them. That's the idea anyway. So I'm all packed away. All there is really left for me to say is thank you very much for watching. If you've got any comments, especially about your own angling, I'd like to hear how everyone else is getting on. Please stick them down there in the box, and I always try and reply to everyone. Tight lines, and I'll see you again here Sunday at dawn for a little bit of dead baiting.